Let's talk about assigning resources in BigPicture and how the whole process just got a lot better and less time consuming. This video is part of our effort to deliver high quality learning materials in Atlassian ecosystem, Jira, Confluence, and all of its apps. If you want to support us in this journey, consider subscribing to the channel. And of course, you can always reach out to us for paid services that we do offer in these areas: trainings, implementations, consultations, whatnot. And now back to BigPicture, back to resources module. So the screen you're looking at over here, this is resources module, as you can see over here in the top right corner inside BigPicture. And I've simplified the view as much as I can so that currently we are basically looking at the list of people, a very short list of people, and some tasks assigned to those people. Now, what I'm going to discuss today is how the process of assigning tasks to people, when you're working not just with a very small group, but actually with teams inside BigPicture, just got a lot better. So I will do a short introduction first so that we all know what I'm talking about. So what I want to mention before I go into the details is that in BigPicture, in the resources module, you get two separate views. The first view, the one that I'm looking at right now, is focused on individual users. So that's why you have names over here. The second view, and you can switch the views over here, is dedicated for groups. I don't know why the pop-up doesn't have any information, but I guess they are going to fix it quickly. Groups, or teams. So the list of that I have over here is the list of teams in my project, right? So well, I can clearly see that there is a section for tasks that are unassigned, not assigned to any teams, and then there are sections for two different teams. One team doesn't have any tasks assigned. Second team has 3 members and has a bunch of tasks assigned to it, right? So why would you work with both of those views and not just one? So imagine a scenario that we come upon very often when we work with our customers. You're doing planning, but the planning is not done for the next week or next month, but very often you're also doing long-term planning. And for the long-term planning, you don't know whether the task is going to be assigned to Tom or to Jarek or to anyone else, because you don't have that level of details. You don't have it, you don't know that. So what do? You plan on the level of teams. You plan on the level of any kind of groups, squads, whatever you have in your organization, right? And then when the time comes, when the details are available, then you're able to dig deeper and assign the tasks to individuals. So this is a very common scenario that we see when working with both teams and the individual views, right? But it also can happen that instead of going from the top to the bottom, so to say, so from the team to an individual users, you might want to assign the task immediately to an individual user and have it assigned automatically later on to the team as well. So sometimes this is just an exception in the previous model. Sometimes it's a completely different model. So, it all depends on how you're working with your resources. And we've seen so many ways that I can't really say that one way is the recommended one, because it all depends on your internal processes, on the infrastructure that you're working in, and of course, any kind of methodologies that you might have. Sometimes you will want to assign first a task to an individual and then to the team. Now, imagine, and we've stumbled upon this with our customers, imagine that you want to go through that process when you have hundreds of tasks, sometimes even thousands of tasks. Well, to do it, you will actually have to assign your tasks first here in the individual view and then switch to the team view and assign it inside the team view again, right? So that's not very optimal. And the solution to this is that you can go to task details. So open a task screen like this one. And over here, if you have the fields available, and the assignee field, the default one, should always be available. So you should have this one available. This will assign the task to an individual, but you can also enable over here a field that holds the information regarding the team. And if you have this field over here, it can be labels field, and this is the one that is very often used by default. Then you can also assign a task to the team at the same time in the same window. So that helps a little bit. But now things got a lot better, because actually now in BigPicture it's configurable whether you want the task to be automatically assigned to the team when it has been assigned to an individual. So the way it works is that if an individual is a member of one of the teams that you have in BigPicture, over here, resources, you have to switch to the Teams tab, then that if you assign a task to this individual, the task will automatically be assigned to the team that this individual belongs to, okay? And I will show you that exactly. So let's switch back to an individual view, and I will grab this task that I've created just for this exercise. How is this task assigned? And I will move it to myself over here. Okay, so now we can see that it's assigned to me. Now, what happened to this task in the view over here? It's not in this section anymore, in the unassigned section, but it went to the section of the team where I belong to. So I think I assigned to this account of mine, and then this task automatically hops into the right team. If I assign the task to a different person, for example to Kaya, and I switch to this view, then you can see that the task traveled to a different team, because this is where Kaya belongs to. Kaya belongs to a different team than me, so the task got unassigned. Another interesting fact that I want to show you is that if you unassign the task again, so I will just move it to the unassigned section, it will not erase the team assignment. So it will still belong to the previously assigned team, and you will have to unassign it manually on both ends, right? So assignment works automatically, unassignment doesn't. Unless you switch to a different person, then it will switch, if it has to a different team. So all in all, I think that it's a wonderful change. I think it will, for many customers out there using BigPicture on high volumes of data, it will save a lot of time, a lot of clicking, a lot of hours, a lot of frustration, and save them from making errors in their planning. So I'm excited that this has been brought to BigPicture, and I think this is another step in a very good direction that BigPicture is going to. So all in all, amazing stuff. If you want to learn more about things like this in BigPicture, don't hesitate and reach out to us. The information is somewhere over here, and also in the description of this video. We can help you get your things rolling in terms of project management solutions in Jira or Atlassian ecosystem in general. We are experts in almost all of the tools that exist in the Atlassian marketplace that can help you reach that higher level of your project management, be it Agile, be it Kanban, be it Waterfall, be it mixed methodologies, which are very often the case among our customers. If you don't know how to set the environment properly so that you get the most out of it, we will be able to help you in that area. So as long as you reach out to us and just schedule a free call, we can tell you how we can help you. And if you want to go with it, fine. If you don't want to go with it, you will still get some valuable information that you can use for yourself later on without paying anything. So I strongly encourage you to do that. And with this, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. You're awesome, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.